we went for diamonds. Our thinking was, diamonds, you dig, you get 2, you sell, you've got your money. Obviously, we started as brokers. And as brokers, what we were doing is we were glorified secretaries, if I can put it that way, because the clients would come from wherever that they come from, overseas, and they don't have a license to trade in South Africa. So we have a license to trade in South Africa. So we would take them to all these places where diamonds are sold, and we would sit there and look pretty while they go through their diamonds and buy the diamonds, and they go off, and that was it. And they give us our 1% commission of whatever that they've bought, and that didn't sit very well with me. So diamonds and mining were never things that we aspired for, because they were not in our environment. And I'm thinking, I'm an optometrist by profession, by the way. I'm thinking, if these men can do this, so can I. Diamonds it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow entrepreneurs, we welcome you to Sedfa podcast, where we're going to be talking everything to do with a girl's best friend. You guessed right, diamonds. Diamonds are a woman's best friend, and as we wrap up what is known to be a Women's Month in South Africa, we've got nothing but the best to share regarding that information. I am joined by an expert in the field who has ample knowledge, and we're going to be sharing, we're going to be learning, and I'm excited to introduce her. As Khumotso, welcome.
Thank you so much. I feel so honored to be part of this conversation, because I think it's something that we really need to talk about, especially as ladies. My name is Khumotso Ramodipa, and I am representing Thari from all the way the end of South Africa, Northern Cape in Alexander Bay. It's really an honor, and I thank you for inviting us.
It's lovely to have you, and thank you so much. Well, we all know that Northern Cape, it's a province that is known for discovering diamonds. I mean, there's history regarding where the origin of diamonds was first discovered. And at the end of the day, it's best to have the best of the best. And why not have it from yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, As Khumotso is a representative of a cooperative. And we've celebrated Cooperative Month this year, where she was also part of the exhibitors at the International Cooperatives Day. And there's a lot of takeaways from her that she will be unpacking as we converse. I want you to tell the viewers about the cooperative. How did you establish it, and why mining? I mean, this is male-dominated sector.
I think, Sharon, the first place to start is why we got into this industry in the first place. With the dawn of democracy, when everybody was rushing to be a BEE of this and a BEE of that, we also didn't want to miss the boat. So we got into chasing mining. So we started looking for gold mining, and we soon realized that we won't realize our profit soon, because gold mining is a long-term thing. We thought diamonds will be it. So we went for diamonds. Our thinking was, diamonds, you dig, you get 2, you sell, you've got your money. That was our initial
first impression.
We didn't know much. So, but we soon realized that for us to be in this industry, we need to educate ourselves. So we forgot about the mining part, and we thought, rather, let's learn about what diamonds are and how to evaluate them and what the industry is about. And we realized that there actually are no women. The people that were teaching us were men. And obviously, we started as brokers. And as brokers, what we were doing is we were glorified secretaries, if I can put it that way, because the clients would come from wherever that they come from overseas, and they don't have a license to trade in South Africa. So we have a license to trade in South Africa. So we would take them to all these places where diamonds are sold, and we would sit there and look pretty while they go through their diamonds and buy the diamonds, and they go off, and that was it. And they give us our 1% commission of whatever that they've bought. And that didn't sit very well with me. It really did not sit very well with me. And I was thinking, they are buying millions and millions of dollars of these diamonds out of our country, and all I'm getting is crumbs. Why is that okay? So we then took a decision that we need to be part of this industry in a meaningful way. Not on the sidelines, but we need to be stuck in and start doing the work. And so we went, got our certificates to know how to evaluate. So the challenge then came in having the millions to buy the very diamonds that we are evaluating. So the journey is really long.
What an interesting story. And it's filled with resilience, with inquisitivity, and I guess what is important, which I want to emphasize to the viewers, is you need to do research.
That is important.
And you also need to capacitate yourself. Don't get into a sector just because you've seen a gap, but rather be an expert. So I believe that was an opportunity for your cooperative to unlock many opportunity in your growth, because you were able to see that there's a gap. Ladies are few in the field, and there's more that you can get. And also perhaps look at the value chain.
Yeah. And I think also, Sharon, to take advantage of the fact that you are a woman in a male-dominated space. It's got its disadvantages, obviously, because, for example, you are undermined. You are not necessarily taken serious. But if you are able to demonstrate that you are a force to be reckoned with, then things start falling into place. So, for example, De Beers needed to comply with the regulations, and part of their compliance was to create entrepreneurs that would be able to be part of their social responsibility program, if I can put it that way.
Okay.
And their program was really robust because we were identified as one of the companies that should be benefiting from their program, and it involved business acumen. You need to understand your figures. You need to understand your cash flow. You need to understand what your business needs to be sustainable. Personal development, industry knowledge, and exposure to a certain extent to outside markets. So that was really interesting. That was how we benefited being women in this industry.
As Khumotso, I want you to take us a few steps backwards. You got into mining and you realized there's more that you can offer together with the identified ladies. Was this something that you've always wanted to be in? What drove the passion?
So, like I said, it's not necessarily what we wanted to be in, because we just wanted to be in mining because everybody was going into mining.
But when you grew up, is it something that's where I'm trying to get at?
Oh, dear
Take you back.
No. When I grew up, I grew up in Diepkloof in Soweto.
Okay.
And my mom and dad were entrepreneurs in their own way. My father was an accountant from the Balos, I think, and my mom was a nurse. But on the side, they were hustlers. My father was a building contractor. My mom sold anything and everything that she could put her hands on. So we grew up in an environment of business, an environment of you can't sit on your hands. If there's an opportunity there, take it. So diamonds and mining were never things that we aspired for because they were not in our environment. What we were exposed to was being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a teacher, anything but all these amazing industries. Those were obviously reserved for the privileged few, which at the time were all the white people, were all the ones that were getting all these opportunities. Hence, I was saying that when the dawn of democracy came,
Okay.
all the doors were opened. And you just ran to the first door that was opened, and the door that was opened was the mining one, because we said we want in there. So that's how it started. And if I can tell you a funny story, I don't know if my sister will approve of this, but our first exposure to diamonds was after trying to chase the gold mining, and we realized that's a long-term thing, we veered into diamonds. And this old man came and said, I've got a mine in Bloemhof. I've got a mine, I mine diamonds, and I can show you the diamonds that I'm mining. This is just a sample of what I'm getting out.
Okay.
And he took out a matchbox. And in this matchbox were tiny little, you see these diamonds that are here?
Yes.
Tiny little diamonds. And I was looking at this, and I'm looking at this old man. He's wearing this jersey that's sitting like this. And I'm thinking, I'm an optometrist by profession, by the way. I'm thinking, if this man can do this, so can I. Diamonds it is. So that's how we got into diamonds. We drove all the way to Bloemhof. And when we got there, he showed us 1 hectare. 1 hectare, that was his land. That was his mine. If you put a proper machinery, if you put a DMS machine, it will occupy the whole hectare. So where do you mine? You're sitting on the mine. The equipment is sitting on the mine. We were so irritated, and we thought, no, man, there's a better way of doing this. Let's just follow the proper channels and do things properly. Then that's how our real journey into diamonds started.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you're following the proper channels now. Take us through the proper channels that you need to comply with.
okay, so first of all, if you have to identify what part of the industry do you want to be in. Do you want to be a dealer?
Okay.
Or do you want to be a manufacturer? So if you want to be a dealer, all you need is to be compliant with, have your documents. You register your company. You must become compliant with SARS. You must be compliant with CIPC and all of that. And then you have to register with the regulator. A South African diamond precious. Oh gosh, I can never get it right. But the regulator is the one that you need to comply with. The diamond regulator, the mineral and a precious metal regulator. You need to comply. You need to register your company so that they can give you a license to be in the industry.
I'm going to interrupt you there. Which department is it? The regulator.
It's a DMR.
Okay. Department of Minerals
Yes, Department
and
of
Energy. Okay.
Yes. You see, you guys keep changing. Today you are DPMR, tomorrow you're SADP. Today you are SIDA, tomorrow you are SIFDA. So as long as we are complying, that's the most important thing. You need to know what department you need to be compliant with, and just do the right thing. So, and then after that, if you want to be a rough diamond dealer, you need to have a rough diamond license.
Okay.
So you need to go to school. There's courses that are being offered where you can, sometimes it's 6 weeks, sometimes it's 6 months, depending on the depth that you want to get into. And then you get your license. Once you get your license, then you are able to handle the rough diamonds. Okay. Without the license, it's illegal to have rough diamonds in your person. So that's the compliance that you have to have.
Okay. And then now you've got your documents in place. Which business entity did you register?
Initially, we were SCC.
Okay.
We were SCC, and because we were thinking, as a PTY, there's a lot of regulations and hoops that you need to jump. So we were still a small entity, and I guess we were still learning about the industry.
Okay.
So we came in. It came in small. So we were brokers. Okay. We did not have. We had a small office, so we did not have a manufacturing space. So we just had a dealer's office.
Okay.
And soon we realized, when we realized what the diamond industry had to offer, then we had to change our mindset, stop thinking small, and really start thinking big. Where we land is something else, but our dream must be as big as possible. Yeah. So we aimed to have a manufacturing factory, and we managed to get that.
While still being a CC at Lowe's Corporation.
Yes, while still being a CC. So, my partner Joe was working as a manufacturing manager for one of the big diamond companies, and she learned all she could. And then while she was working for that company, we were able to learn, like be mentored by that company.
Okay.
So from getting as much information about manufacturing, remember, none of us were in that space.
Yes.
So we were able to get as much information about manufacturing, about running that business, manufacturing business. Then we broke free. When we broke free, that company, after 2010, closed shop because of you remember that the financial crisis that the whole world went through. Unfortunately, they had to close. But the sad thing, I think that's one of the passions that we had, because that company employed 60 of locals, most of them youth. And after the 2008 financial crisis, in 2010, the company closed. And all those kids were left without a job. And these were kids that Joe had to go and recruit. And now they are looking at her and saying, what do we do now? Unfortunately, most of them went and worked for ShopRite checkers. Some were staying at home. Some went on drugs. Unfortunately, it was a sad situation. And we thought, we can't just sit back and watch this. We have a country that produces diamonds. Why can't we be the employers of these kids? Why can't we? Obviously, financial muscle we don't have, but we have to find ways of getting around and employing these kids. So we opened our first our factory then. Opened our factory, and we went and looked for those kids.
Oh, man.
So we managed, at the time, we could only take 3 of them. So we took 3 of them, 2 ladies and 1 guy. So our mission was, we want to be a 100% women-owned South African company that is in the diamond manufacturing space that is unheard of. We are black, we are women, and we are in a male-dominated industry. And we want to make sure that we do this thing. It's possible. We managed to open a factory, employed the 3 employees from the previous company that were now sitting at home and not having a job. So the plan was that all the 60 are going to come back. One way or another, it might take us however long, but they will all come back home. So we established our company. And the culture of our company was such that we wanted it to be a home. We wanted it to feel, we didn't want people to feel like they are going to work. We wanted people to feel that they are coming to a place of learning, to a place that is warm and welcome. So we had an open door policy. You come in, whatever problems that you have, you say, and if we're able to help, we help. If we're scolding, we scold you and say, you don't do it this way, we do it that way. Toughen up, let's go. This is our company. It was not just my company. It is your company.
Yes.
So you contribute in us growing. So that's how we built our community. And our mission is still the same. It's not changing. The economics may change, but the vision is still the same.
I just want to highlight one element that you spoke about and which a lot of entrepreneurs miss. People get employed and all they focus on is, let me do my job and get paid and go home. But when you are embraced and meant to be given a responsibility that the success of this organization or this company is as important as what you put in, then it also give them that responsibility to say, I need to own up to my ensuring that I do excellent and I give up all the best that I need to, because they now see the value that has been given to them.
And also, if you give them what the company is about, if you share the vision of what the company is about, if you share with them that we are here and this is where we're going and this is how you are going to contribute in us reaching there, then it's easy for you to tell them that this is what you need to do today, and you will not get any resistance because you've got buy-in. And also, in terms of maybe some people will disagree with me, but if you sensitize the people that you're working with about the finances of the company, that this is our commitment, this is how we are making money, and this is how we are going to profit, and this is how we're going to lose, then they understand. I remember there was one girl, she was busy polishing the stone, and she was talking to herself, yo, manga yenza mistake lapha la siluza imali. And she was not aware that I was standing not too far from her. She was physical. Yo, manga mosha lapha la siluza imali. So she's not saying the company is going to lose money. She's saying she's losing money because she feels like she is part of this. Yes. It's her contribution. So yeah.
So we've got a co-op now.
Yes.
Who are the members? Are you empowering local people? You spoke about those that knows the technicality of mining, the diamonds.
Yes.
But the owners of the co-op, who are they?
Okay, so the owners of the co-op, 2 are locals, and 3 are from Joburg. So the idea is, the idea of being in a co-op is, I think you need people that are like-minded so that the co-op can grow to be this monster that really delivers not just financially, but also impacts the community.
I think you were also challenging the status quo. A lot of cooperatives are there as projects.
That's the thing. That's the thing. From the conference that we attended in Sun City, I think that's where it became clear. It became clear. I mean, I looked at the cooperatives that were around, and I don't know if I'll be punched for this, but they fitted the perception that we have of cooperatives. If you call a lay person and say, what do you think of a cooperative? What do you think they're going to say? They're going to say, oh, cooperatives, they do vegetables, they do sewing, That was our understanding of a cooperative. And now I know that is not it. A cooperative is so much bigger, and if it's nurtured and information is put out there as to what the cooperative is trying to achieve, I promise you this country would fly. Because we have so many, there was a lot of people that are willing to work, but the vision is here. The vision is at a cooperative level, if I can put it that way. Like, there's very few cooperatives that are out there that are thinking global. They are thinking, in my village, we have a bunch of potatoes that we can sell to Pick and Pay. That's it. As long as they're able to supply to Pick and Pay, they're done. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, and I stand to be corrected. But as I go into the cooperative space, that was my mentality. And this is, I promise you, the mentality of everybody out there, or maybe 80% of the people that are out there. So we need to change the face of what a cooperative is.
True.
We need to redefine the meaning of cooperative, and we need to put energy into what cooperatives can achieve, because cooperatives can grow communities.
It's definitely growing Northern Cape.
It has to. It has to. Once dano.
Yes.
Once that. I seriously don't think we post apartheid time. I feel that we've had an entitlement mentality where the government has to do everything for us. When you are not able to feed your child, you say government. When you're not able to go to school, you say government. And you don't check yourself, or, okay, I'm sitting here. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Why am I not able to do what that guy is doing? You look at it and then you blame everything else but yourself. So I think we need to start changing our
mindset.
Everything that we need is in here. You have to make the decision that you want to make it. If you don't make it, it doesn't matter what the government throws at you. You will not make it. You'll just take. And when that taking is done, you're back to where you were, begging. So this begging mentality needs to end. If Sedfa gives me a grant, I need to make it go as far as possible and make sure that that grant is, it's a what do you call it?
It's a leap.
It's a leap. It's pushing me. It's not feeding me.
Okay.
I must use it as a
stepping stone.
As a stepping stone for me to go to the next level. If you give me 10 rands, it's a gift. So I need to see, what am I going to do with this 10 rands?
And replicate
how am I going to grow it? Because that should be the mentality. It's okay, Sedfa is going to give me 100,000. What am I going to do with the 100,000? Okay, I'm going to plant here. And then the rest, I'm going to buy myself this. I'm going to do this. And then that's it. If it really. That's not your money. It's the money to try and grow your business so that it's sustainable. Mara, the thing that we don't have is information. The thing that we don't have is training. We need the skills. We need the business skills. We need to understand that as much as you own that business, it needs to grow. It doesn't necessarily belong to you. You need to think of your employees. You need to think of the impact that you have in your community. You need to step outside yourself and think, how do I grow this baby?
Sure, yeah, quite a profound. I think it requires everybody to do an introspection.
It has to.
And then moving along, you've got the cooperative. It's established. It's operating. You are also having collaborations with local residents or citizens in Northern Cape. Where did your journey with Sedfa or SEDA begin?
It started in 2024.
Okay.
So we needed equipment, and we knocked on doors, and Sedfa is the one that believed in what we can do, and we put in an application, and thus far we're still waiting for a response, but we know that Sedfa is going to come through for us. Sedfa going to come through for us.
What other interventions did Sedfa assist you with?
Well, in registering our cooperative.
Okay.
Yes. In registering our cooperative, they really held our hands, and they led us through the ropes. And wherever that we met with resistance, they were able to help us. They really, really, really were there for us. And I would not be singing the song of cooperatives if I did not believe and see the help that is out there.
Okay, all right.
Resources are out there. We just need the information, like I said. Information needs to be available so that people can know that it's possible for them to grow their companies.
Also exposure to attend the international cooperative.
Oh my God. That for me, because that was our first conference. And we thought we're just going to go there for exhibiting and that's that. But we were pleasantly surprised that we were part of the conference. And it was very informative. It was really very informative. And the takeout for me is that cooperatives build communities, and we just need to know what they are and implement.
Okay, lovely. You've mentioned that you've applied for Sedfa to assist with equipment. I definitely believe that you are on the right map. It is really important to emphasize that as much as Sedfa is making inroads in assisting and capacitating cooperatives and other business entities, the support doesn't solely only end with the applications of equipments and machinery. You alluded nicely that you were given opportunity to go and exhibit and attend the International Cooperatives Day. You also indicated that you are waiting for the application for sheet rates. So that's another intervention that is ongoing. We pride ourselves as an organization that says we are in a journey. We're not here for a quick destination. We're going to handhold you together with the rest of the entrepreneurs. Remember the famous phrase, a Rome was not built in one day.
Yes.
So as much as we are here to walk the journey with you, there's also other avenues that will also open up to you to say whether our expertise are limited, there are other stakeholders within the ecosystem that will also be able to make sure that you achieve certain objectives as well as goals that you want to achieve as a cooperative. I'm glad that it's a female cooperative and it's a business that is empowering local economy within the Northern Cape as well as Gauteng because of the dynamics that you were able to bring with different business entities. Now let's get to market. How are you surviving? I mean, you started way back. What made you be still in business and still growing, being very creative?
I like this word pivoting because when you're in trouble, you need to sit down and assess.
Yes.
And say, okay, what avenues and options do I have? Do I turn right? Do I turn left? Let me look at this industry wholly, not just with a tunnel vision, like look at the whole industry. What does it have to offer? That's how we came about with From Mine to Finger, because for us, it then introduced the jewelry arm of the business.
Okay.
So what we have done is we are doing bespoke jewelry. So bespoke jewelry means that you don't get it from the shelf. Like you don't go into the shop and say, I want that one. No, we sit down with you and say, okay, Sharon, what would you like? You say, oh, I would like some earrings. I would like a necklace, but I'm not sure, manhore, which kind do I want? And then we walk you through what we have to offer. Like we show you different designs, like maybe what kind of person are you? What kind of personality do you like? White gold? You do like platinum? And we educate you about the kind of minerals that we are going to use.
I'm going to disturb you there before we lose this. So this is something that is unique. You can never find it anywhere else.
Yes.
It's mine and it's mine alone. It's unique like my fingerprint.
Yes. And you are part of designing it.
Wow.
Because if we say, like these earrings, you say, oh, I like these, but how about you introduce this color and that color and that color?
And you've got different colors in diamonds.
We've got different colors in diamonds. We've got different, and we don't just incorporate diamonds. Like you can have diamonds as your main building character, but you support it with other precious gems. Like you can put in your rubies, you can put in your amethyst, you can put in whatever semi-precious gems that can go, that will make your piece look amazing. So we look at you as a person, say, okay, what kind of, when were you born? Maybe we incorporate your month into, now we're giving away trade secrets. But we look at what your desire is, what is pushing you to, buy this item.
Okay, so if I want to buy from you,
yes,
I can't get it at retail stores.
So right now, we are in collaboration with the Foschini Group.
Okay.
But it's for specific items. So right now the relationship is there, but because of how the economics are right now, we have not been able. We've delivered an item. It's called the Ocean Flower.
Okay.
So it's a range of jewelry. It's pendant, it's earrings, it's ring. So the Ocean Flower is based on Mandela's legacy. So naturally, when you polish a diamond, especially if you're doing a round cut, the number of facets are 57. So what we have done is we've introduced 10 more facets to the cut to make it a special cut. So that cut you will not find anywhere else because it's patented. So we got those diamonds from Alexander Bay. So they come from the sea, hence ocean diamonds. Hence Ocean Flower. So the diamonds come from the sea. The gold comes from local. It is cut and polished by us. So the whole story encompasses where the diamonds are coming from, who is cutting them. So when you buy that item, it's got our story in it. It's got the story of the Foschini Group in it. So that is the project that we are working on with Foschini Group. So it's something that we are nursing and we are venturing into. So when you're looking for something that is by us, that is one of them. But you are free to call us and say, hey, I'm getting married, or it's my birthday, or I just got my license, whatever achievement that you want to thank yourself for. We are there for you.
So we spoke about an opportunity that you're currently having with Foschini Group. Was this something that you did on your own? Number one. Number two, was there any other support that you got from other government organizations?
So in terms of opportunities, during COVID, we, private companies, they have the CSI programs.
Yes.
Where they have to give back to community whichever way.
Yes.
So we were a beneficiary of one of those CSI programs. Okay. So a program from ENCA and there's another company that came through and they did a profile on our company.
Awesome.
And They featured the stuff that we have, the cutting and polishing. I mean, the whole story of where we are coming from. And I mean, I have to say myself, it's a heartwarming story. Two sisters from Soweto now being able to employ 12 youngsters from the same environment, and in a male-dominated industry. We are the first Black-owned worldwide that had a diamond manufacturing factory. And we were featured based on that. And that really, it was aired internationally. And because of that, we were getting requests from international companies that they would want to collaborate with us on designs, on, like we cut and polish stones and send them. And then along with the story of our development of how we came about, they use that to sell their diamonds. Because it also says that diamonds do good. They change lives. And they definitely have changed our lives. And they impact communities. So because of that, we got a lot of exposure. And so we were able to go and exhibit in Hong Kong since 2000 and, I forget, but it's been a while. So State Diamond Trader is now celebrating their 10th year of exhibiting. So of the 10 years, we've exhibited, I think, 6 years of that.
Wow.
So the 4 years after COVID, it was a little bit difficult for us to go and exhibit. So, and that was made possible by the intervention of DTI. So for a few years, they were able to sponsor us because to have a booth there is very expensive. They were able to cover that bit. And then as we grew as a company, DTI could only give so much as per regulation, and we were able to cover that. But that really gave us the exposure that we needed. But it also exposed us to just how women are not there in this industry. We were the only women exhibiting in those the expos, to an extent where the people that would come and buy, they would ask for our boss. So, yes. So can where's your boss? Or, we like, we are the bosses. And they were amazed. We are women, so what?
Okay. Beautiful story. I just wanted to also give another reality. As much as we've heard the positive and a little bit of challenges here and there, you reminding me when you say, where's your boss? To ask you this question. How are you handling, questions such as diamond smuggling, black markets? How do you deal with that?
I am yet to meet a person who's been in the diamond industry who has not been exposed to that. And when you are starting in the industry, before you know the ins and outs of the industry, we call it school fees. There's a level of school fees that you have to pay.
True.
Where you get robbed, or you get knocked, or you get sold things that are not real. And you have to go through that phase. We went through that phase. We were phoned by some woman who says they're from Lesotho, they've got patlo, and but they've got a license and whatnot. So we have a license. The first thing we ask, do you have a license? Yes, I have a license. Okay, we have a license, so this is a legal deal. And then you get there, and then the patlo is not a patlo, it's a botolo, and so you need to set parameters. You need to learn that you deal in a legal office, in a protected environment, that you are not taken advantage of. And you also you have to know your product. You have to set boundaries of how you do your business. So, but you can only learn that after being burned.
Okay. And I believe that your expertise and experience in being an evaluator of the different stones of diamonds came in handy because you were able to determine that this is not the real path.
Yes.
Okay. And then how do people get hold of you? Do you have a website? Are you on social media? Is there, an online brochure or something like that?
Online brochure, no, because we do bespoke.
Okay.
So we do custom-made jewelry. And in terms of getting hold of us, we have an Instagram page. It's Kwame Diamonds.
Okay.
And our website is still under construction, courtesy of Sedfa. So we're still working
on that.
We're still
All right.
remodeling it so that it's got the look and feel of how we want it to be.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that there's more intervention behind the scene that Sedfa is assisting your cooperative with. And as we are about to wrap up and close, what advice will you give to aspiring entrepreneurs that want to enter into the sector?
I would say, first of all, you need to believe in yourself, believe in the vision that you have, and know your why. Why are you doing this? If you have a strong why, it doesn't matter what challenges you face, as long as you know why you are doing it, then you will definitely win. And educate yourself. Educate yourself in the industry that you're in. Make sure that you're compliant, and don't be shy to ask for help.
As we close the podcast, I just want to leave you with this. Behind every successful woman, there's a tribe of successful women behind her. This anchors rightly with a cooperative model as well as values. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you nothing but the best. Do not forget to follow us on our social media, Sedfa_DSBD, on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, as well as TikTok. We love you and we wish you nothing but the best. Signing off, Sharon Mohali.